520 AM.
It's not too sweet. It's dry, it's crisp, it's neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a light, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
It's the dry soft drink that's not too sweet on you.
Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name. Go get that first down, let's get a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em, fight, 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 fight. Go Vikings, run up the score. You'll hear us yell for more. V-I-K-I-N-G-S. Skol Vikings, let's go.
Good morning, everybody. It's 5:09, 9 minutes past the hour of 5 o'clock, the Awake with Jake show, right here on WLS 890 AM. It's Saturday, the 13th of November, as we march along with another day towards our death. We have a lot to cover. Our phone number, as always, 591-8900. You wish to text, you can. It's 68683. Put WLSAM in the message thing, and then whatever you want to say. You wish to join the Facebook page as we closely get to our death date. You can just go to Facebook and look for Jake Hartford, or you can email jake@WLSAM.com. You know, the movie In-Laws, the original movie In-Laws, not the remake they did with Michael Douglas. I like Michael Douglas as an actor, but I couldn't even watch that whole movie. It was so bad. The original movie In-Laws starred Peter Falk and Alan Arkin. And what they did when they did the remake, they did the same premise, but it wasn't funny. But in the original movie, at the end of the movie, Peter Falk plays a CIA agent. And he tells Ed Begley Jr. he's quitting, he's retiring, he's had it. And he says, you know what? I almost just died trying to protect the International Monetary Fund. And that's kind of the way I feel today. Driving in this morning, as I do every week, coming down 55 on the Stevenson, it was right past east of 83. There was this vehicle that was on the shoulder, pulled out into the first lane. It was like a truck, but he had one of those things where they enclosed the back, one of those deals. It was like a pickup truck, but they enclosed the back type, you know the kind. And he didn't have his lights on. And there was a semi next to him and another semi next to me. And as we're driving, I'm thinking, well, you got to put your lights on. He didn't put his lights on. Okay, maybe the lights are out. Maybe you forgot. I don't know. But then he was kind of weaving, kind of back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and as we get to County Line Road, which was just right down the way, I see the Mars lights of a state police car go on a couple cars in front of us. So I figured the state police car saw this guy coming without lights and was going to pull this guy over. Unfortunately not. He pulled over a car in front of him. So he pulled the car over to the side. Now I'm following this guy. Lights are off, and he's weaving, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy who got pulled over, gosh knows whatever he was doing, he's thinking to himself, there goes this car without lights on and weaving, and I'm getting the ticket from the state police, right? And I'm thinking, you know, you should be pulling the guy over in front of me who's weaving. Well, at that point, I figured, you know what? Maybe I should pick up my cell phone, and I should do the right thing and call this and turn this guy in. That's my thought process. So as I reach for the cell phone, I have the cell phone in my hand. Next thing I know, this guy decided he wanted to go right. He wanted to go left. I don't know what he wanted to do, but he ran into the viaduct. They have the guardrail. Ran into that, the viaduct, the whole deal. Careens off that like a pinball in a pinball machine. Right in front of me. He's going straight across at a 90-degree angle to me. And turning, and there's a semi next to me. And at that point, my whole life flashed in front of my eyes. My whole life. Not a good life. Well, it's been a good life for the most part. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, my last show was last week. It's going to be the time change shows. That's how I'll be remembered. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, I hope my wife doesn't find... Oh, never mind that. But then I'm thinking, this is it. And I don't know what happened. I don't know how the guy missed me, and I didn't hit him. But I got by him. I mean, there were sparks flying all over the place. It was... So I got by him, and I stopped, and I pulled over, and I called the 911, and I said, you know, you got an officer writing a ticket like a half mile just up. You may want to come and take this other person's remains off the pavement so it doesn't block traffic for like hours. But I thought to myself, this is it. It's 3:30 in the morning, and I'm going to die going in to do a 2-hour show on WLS. That's it. This is my life has become. So as we march towards our death, yeah, somebody texted from 309 says Jake, you should have serpentined. Yeah, that's in the movie. Yeah, see? That's a damn funny movie. Oh, Paul in Arlington Heights. Good morning, Paul.
Well, good morning, Jake. Well, you know, on Thursday I was thanking the veterans for putting their lives on the line for us. So it looks like I'm going to have to thank you this morning for putting your life on the line, for coming into WLS and entertaining us for 2 hours, huh? I
got to tell you, I've come close over the years working here. There was back in the 90s, going home when I had left at midnight doing the Saturday night show.
Mm-hmm.
I missed a drunk driver, by about 10 minutes, like right near the house. And it was in a country area at the time because, you know, it wasn't built up back then. And
right.
It was a young girl, was a passenger in a car. She was being driven home. And this drunk driver it was a 4-way stop, and blew it and broadsided the car and killed this poor girl.
Oh, boy.
And the cross is still up today. You know how they put the crosses up on the
Sure,
post? It's
yeah.
still there today. And I met her mother sometime after that because her father was I think an FBI agent or something like that, and he died tragically in an accident.
Oh,
You talk about a family that had some bad luck, but I have seen over the years, I mean, I've come close. I don't know how many deer I've almost hit going home from here.
Well, you know, as usual, you start out the show, and I had no plans on talking about this when I called up this morning, but just last Sunday, I wasn't too far, I would imagine, from Green Jakers. I was in Plainfield visiting my cousin, and I got on at, I think it's Route 126, I guess, all right? That's where it starts. And I'm heading east on 55, and I never go that way. I'm not familiar with that. And the wife's got her iPhone on, and I forget what navigation thing she was using, but I wanted to get off on 355. They head north to the northwest suburbs, okay? And according to the iPhone, it tells me that I'm going to be entering on the left. The ramp goes to the left in order to get to 355, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So here I am in the center lane. I'm going to play it safe in case the thing is wrong. Well, sure enough, here I see on the right-hand side when I'm almost on top of it, 355, you have to be in your right-hand lane. And, whenever I see someone's either in the center lane or the left-hand lane and hurries up and wants to cut you off, in order to make your ramp, well, I'll be cussing them, and I'm going, well, I can't be like the people that I cuss at. So I just swallowed my pride, and I kept on going east until I did, like you're saying, you were east of 83. Well, I got off at Route 83, and I just took the slow way home, just taking Route 83 all the back away, up to Arlington Heights.
That is a slow way home.
It is, yeah. And Jake, one of my worst fears, the same thing like around here, all the red light cameras on that Route 83, it seems like every corner on Route 83 has a red light camera just waiting to get you, too.
I come to those intersections, I become paralyzed.
Exactly. I'm driving with one foot on the accelerator, and one foot's resting on the brake in case I have to hit the brakes so I don't get my ticket. Oh, what a nightmare. And yet, I think it might be I-88, though, if you're heading east. And that might be the one where you have to be on the left-hand lane in order to get left.
I don't know. You know what? I don't believe in those electronic devices to tell me which way to go.
Yeah. You're just better off. I've been better off just asking my cousin Phil when I get to the 355 what lane should I been in. But no, Mr. Know-It-All relied on his electrical device, and I paid the price.
Now, you heard the opening of the show, correct?
Yes, sir.
The three singers for Canada Dry ain't too sweet. Could you name all three?
I heard Louis Armstrong.
No. Nope. We'll play it again. We'll let people.
Right. Well, then I guess the only one that kind of, unless it was the other guy we were asking for, Leon Russell.
Nope.
Oh,
You'll kill yourself when you find out. Take care, Paul.
Oh, all right, Jake. One more thing.
Yes, sir.
All right, I got to bring this up. Last week you had Alice from Waukegan call, okay, and she was giving you a hard time about that time change. And she used as a demonstration, she talked about a toy that we used to have as called a Slinky.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I remember because of her, she brought back some very unpleasant childhood memories for me. I remember as a kid in the schoolyard, I just got my Slinky toy, all right? And I had it on playing with it, and I see a girl I had a crush on, Susie, all right? I yelled out to Susie, "Hey, Susie, you want to come over here and play with my Slinky?" She comes up to me, Jake, slaps me in my face, calls me a pig, and to this day, I've been scarred from that, Jay. Thanks, Alice and Waukegan, for bringing back those unpleasant memories.
Did you really have a Slinky?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Thank you, Paul.
All right, Jake. Bye-bye.
Also when my wife was passing in front of my eyes, I thought of that idea I had a few years ago for the fall. Because you know how they banned the burning of leaves in the fall? I had this idea where I get this piece of property where it's legal to still to burn in Illinois, and we call it the burning leaves. And you get that nice smell. You go out there and you can just smell leaves burning. I never got that project off the ground. There's a lot I haven't done in my life. 5:20, back after this in WOS.
Awake with Jake. Jake Hartford, 890 AM, WLS. Get the whole story
It's always nice to be up on current events.
here.
With today's news.
staying informed in the news is important because,
well, knowledge is power, and if you know what's going on in the world, you'll be more informed and you'll be able to act accordingly.
You know what's going on in the world.
We're all interconnected.
Faster than they have ever.
It's just like right there. Everything around the world can affect you.
Keeping you connected to the stories that matter most. 890 AM.
This is right on the money.
WLS.
Can you identify this sound? To the business owner who financed this forklift through Chase, this is the sound of his business operation moving forward because he can now do more in a day. Do you know what this sound is? It's the sound of the $4,000 cash back only Chase is giving business owners for equipment financing. Do you know what this is? It's the time you have left to take advantage of this exclusive offer of up to $4,000 cash back from Chase. Combined with our lowest rates in years, plus the 50% first-year bonus depreciation under the new Small Business Jobs Act, there's never been a better time to invest in your business with Chase. Visit a branch today to learn more about the Chase Cashback Equipment Financing Offer. Act now. Offer ends December 31st, 2010. Chase what matters.
Some restrictions and fees may apply. All loans and leases subject to credit approval. Applications must be received by 12/31/2010. Business checking account required to receive cash back. Chase does not provide tax advice. Please consult your tax advisor. 2010 J.P. Morgan Chase, Equal Opportunity Lender.
In business, words are words and promises are promises. But only performance is reality. That's why Epson delivers the ultimate in print performance with the Workforce 630 series of all-in-one printers. They print up to 10 pages in 40 seconds. And they deliver the outstanding image quality Epson is known for. Keep your business running at full speed with the Workforce 630 series from Epson. Built to perform.
Find great deals on an Epson Workforce printer at OfficeMax, Staples, Best Buy, and Epson.com.
For more than 3 decades, Chicagoans have fallen in love with Goodman Theater's A Christmas Carol, with magical sets, glorious music, and dazzling costumes. Goodman's A Christmas Carol is a joyous present for the entire family, delights the Chicago Sun-Times. The crown jewel of the holiday season, reveals the Daily Herald. And the best show to get at the true meaning of Christmas, declares the Southtown Star. Nothing makes spirits soar like Scrooge's heartwarming discovery of friendship and love. So if you're tired of ties and bored with baubles, give the gift with true meaning. A Christmas Carol runs November 19th through December 31st only. Get tickets at 312-443-3800 or goodmantheater.org. Goodman Theater's A Christmas Carol, Chicago's beloved holiday tradition. And now give the gift of great theater anytime, day or night, with Goodman Theater gift certificates available 24/7 on our website.
Learn to avoid having a financial repeat of 2008. Listen to Securing Your Financial Future with the Goldstone Financial Group, Sunday mornings at 8.
Get the news you need to know about with ABC News updates just minutes away on 890 AM WLS. Awake with Jake. Jake Hartford on 890 AM WLS.
Ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball. From Soho down to Brighton, I must have played them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him in any amusement hall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays a mean pinball.
Yeah, 524. Awake with Jake. We had a text in at 68683. Says, 815 says, Jake, you're an abomination to talk radio into common decency. And that's why we love you. And Joe, listen to you every Friday night. Cheers. I think the guy on the expressway had too many cheers. I'm just guessing. If I only could have got him and told him to put his lights on, maybe he'd still be alive today. Oh, let's go Rossville. Rick, good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you, Jake?
What's up?
Are you sure it wasn't Paul Bryant in that car?
No, Paul's still sleeping. Paul sleeps in on Saturdays.
Oh, okay. Now, hey, I know exactly what you're talking about. Last winter, out where I live, Route 1 or Western Avenue, however you want to call it, Dixie Highway. But anyway, this was during the winter, so you should be kind of lucky that you didn't have ice and snow to deal with it, because who knows what could have happened with that. But we were going down Route 1, and I was going what I thought what the speed should have been, because, I mean, it was snowing like crazy. And this brunette lady, and there's a reason why I knew she was brunette, because she decides she's going to try to overpass me. And when she right about gets even with me, all of a sudden I could see her car kind of start shimmying and all that, and then she takes off into the left lane and into the ditch, and I thought, geez, hey, I'm clear of this, thank God. Well, she continues, and she gets up out of it, and this is how I knew she was a brunette lady, because her car spun around in front of me, and now my headlights are right on the side of the driver's side car, and I could see her brunette hair, and I thought, now I'm going to clip her with the right front of my van, and she went into another ditch, and we didn't even touch, and I don't even know how. I mean, it was absolutely crazy, and that's what usually happens out here a lot, because the people like out on I-57 after it snows, they seem to think they could still do 95 and a 55.
Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And then I had one other incident where, and then we had to deal with winter. It was about 1:30 in the morning. It was a guy at an intersection. He needed to jump. His car stalled out, so I went and I turned my car around, put the jumper cables on, and after going back and forth a couple of times to adjust the jumper cables, this last time that I went through it, he got rear-ended by a guy. I got thrown into a snowdrift, and his car went into my car. Totally, it wasn't my car. It was my father's car at the time. And I was lucky that it just, a few seconds before, I would have just got me right in between, my waist on down.
You never know when the end is coming, Rick.
No, you know what? I didn't see any flash before my eyes on that one. All I saw was a bunch of snow.
Oh, see, my wife flashed in front of my eyes. It, like I said, it was not a good thing. It was not a good thing.
Well, maybe what will happen now is that you'll get 3 hours to be on WLS.
No, I don't. I'm rethinking the whole deal. I would have been safer in bed. Thanks, Rick.
All right, see you later, Jake.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That also went through. There was a real split second on that. I'm thinking, I could be in bed right now. And my wife is sleeping. It's perfect. It's great. And here I am. I got some idiot just doing circles in front of me. Whatever he was doing. Peggy on the north side, welcome to WLS.
Hey, Jake. I knew this was going to be strange when we had the ginger ale, was it their little jingle?
Yeah.
And I thought, is this real? Is this not real? And then, you told about what happened to you, and I thought, it's not real. He's kidding, of course. I do want to know. I haven't driven a car in a long time. Haven't had a license.
Well, that doesn't stop people from driving cars, not having a license, not in Illinois.
But I just, I thought truck drivers were the best drivers in the country.
Well, truck drivers are. This guy, when I said he had like a truck, it wasn't like a real. He was one of those passenger deals, like a pickup truck where they enclose the back.
So this was really a regular person.
Yeah, it was a regular person. Yeah, it wasn't a commercial truck. No, not at all. That's what. But there was a semi next to us, though.
Oh God, he must have been doing backflips. But what I wanted to ask you was, do you think drivers are better or worse or about the same?
No, I think they're worse.
Why?
They go faster. They're in a hurry. They're distracted. They play with their phones while they're driving. And I'm not just talking. Yeah, I'm not just talking. I'm not saying this guy was doing that, but not just making a call. But you have people that are doing the texting, and they're looking for directions, and they're looking for some restaurant that's open at 3:00 in the morning. They're doing all kind of stuff.
So it's like, it's not what it was back in the 60s or the 70s. Things have changed.
Yeah. You didn't have a CD player in your car in the 70s or 80s. You didn't have that. 6-disc changer. You didn't have any of that.
So, would you say it's between the cell phone or
and the navigation systems people have? Yeah, it's changed. It's changed, Peggy. It's changed.
So it's like, would you say the last 10 years have been the biggest change, or maybe the last 20 years have been the biggest change?
You know what? Things have changed. I'm like a lobster in a pot. I started out in cold water, and it's getting hotter, and I don't even realize it.
Well, I don't know. I think you realized it today. When you were just kind of like
This was a low.
Driving it progressively and going.
This. You know what? If I had been driving aggressively and in the third lane and speeding, I would have missed all that. I was in the right lane. That's where I was.
You were doing the right thing, and this was all happening in front of you.
Yeah, God punishes people doing the right thing. Thank you, Peggy.
Not at all. Okay, bye.
Anyway, we'll get back to a lot of things, plus whatever's on your mind, because that's what we do on Saturday morning. Here, we get you up with a smile. It's 5:31. Back after this.
Jake Hartford is on 890 AM WLS. Get constantly updated news. See what we're talking about. Listen live and check out the latest photo galleries. It's all just a click away at WLSAM.com. Jake Hartford is on 890 AM WLS.
.35, Awake with Jake. I'm Jake Hartford right here in WLS. We played at the opening of the show. We played this Canada Dry commercial from the 70s, and because one of the persons in there, it's his birthday today, although he's dead. In fact, all three people are dead. And I was asking the staff here if they had any idea who it was. And whoever labeled the tape put Don Wade. So the one person said, well, yeah, I know one of them is Don Wade because it says that. And it's not Don Wade. Patrick, play the spot again.
It's not too sweet. It's dry, it's crisp, it's neat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I repeat, it's not too sweet. Canada Dry cools your thirst. It's a taste that can't be beat.
It's not too sweet. It's a light, refreshing treat. Canada Dry Ginger Ale, it's not too sweet.
All right, we don't.
It's the dry soft drink that's not.
I don't need to hear this part. Now, I gave him clues. I said the first one played Jake in a movie called Support Your Local Sheriff. The second guy started a movie, and when they did the remake a couple years ago, Sean Penn played that same part. And then the third guy had a huge career in movies and TV and music, but played in the Rockford Files, played the part of Gandalf Fitch. Now that should be easy. That should be simple. But apparently it's too simple. Tony in Barkley. Good morning, Tony.
What's up? How you doing, man?
What's up?
I'm on my way to work as we're speaking right now, anyway. But I work for a private garbage company, and my route is in the city. So I'm doing about 30 miles an hour. I come to an intersection, and light flash between my eyes. I see an ambulance coming in the opposite lane, coming towards me out of the right. No lights, no siren. As soon as I cleared the intersection, all you hear was crash, bang, boom, and a cloud of smoke. I'm thinking to myself, man, I had the green light, and what's going on here? Come to find out, the ambulance was stolen from a mental patient trying to get away from somewhere. But at the time, I'm just thinking I'm going 30 miles an hour in a garbage truck. There's no way for me to stop and meet heads on another car coming from the opposite way. And I'm like, man, I was like, man, did I just go through a red light or something? Because I swear I had the green, and man, it's just like, just everything just went through your mind at one moment.
Wow. So as a mental guy, that's why he had no light. That's why civilians should not steal ambulances, because they don't know the rules that you're supposed to have the lights and sirens going.
Well, sometimes I see other ambulance companies coming down with no lights and no sirens, but they have the siren but no lights, and people are like wondering where this guy is. He's right behind them, but I don't know. It was just weird, man. I just thought, man, this is the end of my career or something like this.
That's not the way you want to end.
No, but it wasn't my fault. So I was all good. I pulled over and make sure everybody else was all right, make sure it wasn't my fault. And all of a sudden, I see about 5 or 6 police cars coming in. About 2 minutes later, they were following this guy, but he did some major damage to the other people.
But when you die in a crash, even if it's not your fault, you're still dead.
Yeah, you're right. You got a point there.
Yeah, but you're okay.
I'm okay, and the other people survived because there were children in the other cars. But like I said, as soon as I cleared that intersection, the other cars took it. But if I was thinking if the cars are right alongside of me, I would have took like the hit for the accident to keep the other people from getting hurt and things like that. But it was just, man, I never seen an accident happen like that in real time, and it was just spooky, man.
Well, it was spooky this morning for me. Thank you, Tony.
Later.
It was. I've seen accidents. I've seen a lot of stuff. But man, it was just right there. Tom in South Holland. Good morning, Tom.
Morning, Jake. How you doing today?
Well, how am I doing?
How you doing? Hey, you're alive. You're well. You're looking up, and you don't see any grass roots or worm butts, so it's a good day.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Jake. One of them's Jack Elam.
Yeah, you were right. The first guy, Jack Elam. Now, did you know that, or did you know it from the clue?
I knew the voice, and I couldn't put it together until you gave me the clue, because there was a funny story about Jack Elam. Okay, he was a character actor, not a star. Yet he was as famous, as even more famous, some stars who rose up and went back down again. So they were asking him about his life one day, the commentator was, and he said, Jack, he says, somebody once said that the 4 stages of a character actor's life are, who's Jack Elam? Get me Jack Elam. Get me a young Jack Elam. Who's Jack Elam? What do you say about that? Jack says, I don't give a darn whether it's true or not. He says, I just want him to keep using my name for it.
Well, you know, that's the kind of where I'm at right now.
And you know about that driving. I told you about aggressive driving.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s, we even had ours. We're going down to Willow Slough hunting down Route 41, south in Indiana. And we're doing 55 miles an hour. And, I mean, this guy passed us. We thought that it was like a rocket, the way he passed us, and he was weaving. And as he passes 4 of us in a car, one guy says, he flipped us off. I said, what? He was like, yeah, he passed by, he flipped us off. Okay, so what? So we're going down the road. 10 miles down the road, we see some lights off to the right-hand side. It looked very weird the way the lights were. And as we go slower and slower and slower, there's a car in the cornfield about 40, 50 feet into the cornfield with the lights on. And so we're going to stop and get out and see what we can do. It's the same guy. You talk about poetic justice.
Did you flip him off?
No, he waves. We stopped. He's out there waving, going, hey, hey. All 4 of us got out of the car. We went, hey, hey, got back in the car and drove off.
See, there you go.
Talking 3:30 in the morning, so there wasn't too many more people coming down that road.
I'm proud of you, Tom. I knew there was a reason I liked you.
What goes around comes around, Jake.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Robert in Athens. Good morning, Robert.
Hey, yeah, I thought it was Jack Palance in that commercial, but apparently not.
Jack Palance did one of those, but now this one was, the first guy was Jake Elam. The second one was Broderick Crawford. The third was Isaac Hayes.
Okay, really? Yeah. Oh, he's also dead now.
Yeah, they're all 3 of them, yeah. Isaac Hayes died a couple years ago.
Also, I want to ask you about the San Francisco banning the Happy Meal.
I'm very, very disappointed about that. The mayor out there vetoed it, but the supervisors have enough votes, because I think they had 8 votes when they passed it. If they wish to override his veto, if the 8 stay with that, they'll override it, and that'll go into law next year. I think that's a bad thing.
It's totally ridiculous, though. I mean, if you don't want your kids to eat horribly, don't bring the food in the house.
Well,
does it need to be a law?
What the law is, it mandates that there be at least a half a cup of fruit and 3/4 of a cup of vegetables in there. Think about that. That's not a Happy Meal. If you're a kid, are you happy?
No, I wouldn't be happy at all. I'd want my Fraggle Rock toy and the box with the golden arches and digging into the French fries.
And here's the other thing. If they're saying that the food there is bad for kids, the French fries are bad and the hamburgers are bad, then okay, you take away the toy, and if the kids are going to still eat the hamburgers and the French fries, well, then it's still bad for kids. Why don't they just ban the food if that's what they're getting to?
Yeah, it's totally ridiculous. Well, at Subway, their Happy Meal is it's like a bag. It's like a nylon bag that has Michael Phelps, who's a great role model for children and others. But it's just like this nylon bag. There's no incentive. And, even at Subway, you can add bacon and mayonnaise and such to your sub.
You know what? Nobody's telling people, you know what, you have to go to McDonald's every day and eat McDonald's. Nobody says that. If you take your kids there once a month or twice a month, and that's what they get, is that going to kill the kids?
They'll live. Yeah. No, that's totally fine. I mean, I grew up in the era of McDonald's, and my mother took me there once in a while, but, you know, I used to, you know, want to go to McDonald's, etc., and wine, and it was, you know, she'd say, hey, we're going to McMom's because we're going to go have grilled cheese sandwiches at home.
Well, you know, my problem is McDonald's is a fast food place. It's not a restaurant. They've turned it into a restaurant. And if you go there, when McDonald's first started, they were hamburgers and French fries and soft drinks and milkshakes. I think that was it.
Yeah, well, and the portions were different, too. You know, I mean, a small drink was a small drink. Everybody just had a small soft drink, and then they were done with it.
Yeah, my wife told me yesterday there's some place, some chain. She was reading in the paper that they can do soft drinks, Coke, or whatever it is, like 1,000 different varieties or something. You can mix different things. I don't know. I'm a simple person. I just like something simple.
Yeah, it's up to you, and it should be, you know, left to parenting. It shouldn't be, you know, to law. You know, and living in, you know, the deep south where people don't have taste buds. You know, people just fry greasy onion rings and just shove them. But that's up to you.
Yeah, and the other thing, fast food being fast food, is you don't want to have to wait in line for somebody because, well, what kind of vegetables do you want with that? Do you want the carrots? You want the celery and the fruit? Do you want the apple slice? You want the peach? And I mean, at some point, it ceases to become fast food.
Right. Well, you know, what happened to cooking at home? Fast food should be fast food. You know, it's we don't have time to get from point A to point B. Let's just grab some fast food. You know, it's not a meal replacement.
All right. Thank you, Robert.
All right. Thank you.
The mayor of San Francisco is against this ban on the Happy Meals and then putting in the vegetables in the fruit. However, they do some things in San Francisco that I would like to see here in Chicago. Now, you know, there's a lot of people running for the mayor of Chicago, a whole bunch of them. The first person who's running for mayor of Chicago who pledges to do this in Chicago will get my vote. Well, I can't really vote. Yes, I could vote. I don't even live in Chicago, but I can still vote in Chicago. There's a way to do that. Anyway, here's what they do in San Francisco. On select Sundays, they close off some city streets for hula hooping. Wouldn't you like to see that in Chicago? In all the different neighborhoods of Chicago, there'd be streets just closed off and people just hula hooping. Huh? Rahm Emanuel, you want my vote? Pledge that. 591-8900 is the phone number. 547 back after this.
You're listening to Jake Hartford, 890 AM WLS.
When choosing a treatment for cancer, experience counts. As the nation's first proton treatment center, Loma Linda University Medical Center pioneered the use of proton radiation for the treatment of prostate, lung, and brain cancers. We treat more patients than any other center of its kind in the world. Nearly a fourth of all proton therapy patients are treated at Loma Linda University Medical Center. Nearly 12,000 in all, over 1,000 last year. Unlike IMRT and tomotherapy, which use X-rays, protons can be controlled to start and stop in the body to deliver maximum radiation to the tumor. This increased precision leads to less radiation to surrounding healthy tissues. To learn more and receive your free informational DVD, visit protons.com or call 1-800-PROTONS. Loma Linda University Medical Center. Many strengths, one mission.
How would you like to actually make money with your own hobbies, inventions, or special skills? Now you can finally generate an income doing the things you love to do with a powerful new system called the Secret Economy. Why is it a secret? Because thousands of people have been quietly becoming rich and loving every minute of it using this unique strategy. And now it's your turn. The Secret Economy will instantly enhance your lifestyle and give you the foundation to build a successful part-time or full-time business that will generate cash. No matter what you do or where you live, you'll finally have the tools to become debt-free with without relying on bank loans or credit cards. Think it can't get any better? If you call now, we'll also build you a free website to launch your new career. There's nothing else like this available. So pick up the phone and get in on the secret to make money doing the things you love to do. Call right now and get your free website.
Call 1-800-858-0596. That's 1-800-858-0596. Don't miss out on your free website. Call right now. 1-800-858-0596. 1-800-858-0596.
I think of Santa Rita as full-bodied.
I don't think she'd appreciate that.
I'm referring to Santa Rita Reserva Cabernet Sauvignon and its rich, robust taste. Have a sip.
Heavenly.
Enjoy a little taste of heaven. Santa Rita, named Winery of the Year by Wine and Spirits Magazine. Imported from Chile by Palm Bay International, Boca Raton, Florida. Through the end of the year, when you purchase Santa Rita wine, a portion of the proceeds will be donated toward phone minutes to help our troops stay in touch with their loved ones. Visit SantaRitaCares.com for details.
Good news, ladies. Ugly brown spots on your skin might feel like they're the end of the world, but they're not. You can fade those brown spots from view with Dr. Perry's Night Skin Cream. New customers can try Night Skin free. Diminish the appearance of brown spots on your face, neck, and hands. Try Night Skin free. Call 1-800-394-5797. Pay only shipping and handling. One per household. Call for your free Night Skin. Call 1-800-394-5797. That's 1-800-394-5797.
Learn to avoid having a financial repeat of 2008. Listen to Securing Your Financial Future with the Goldstone Financial Group. Sunday mornings at 8.
The latest national news is just minutes away with ABC News updates at the top and bottom of every hour on 890 AM WLS. You're listening to Jake Hartford on 890 AM WLS.
.51. Awake with Jake. 591-8900 is the phone number. I see a lot of people in Wednesday's lottery played the combination, the 4-digit combination 2222, and it won. Yeah. Apparently there was a mob of people at the State of Illinois Center yesterday trying to collect their money. It's going to be one of the record payouts. I guess $1 got you $5,000. That's not bad. And they were telling people, yeah, you may have to come back Monday or Tuesday. So no, we want our money. We want it now. We don't trust the state. Gar in Palos Heights, good morning, sir.
Hi, how are you?
What can I do for you?
Okay. What do you think about opening the fridge and not having the light come on?
That's what we have at our house. What's so funny?
No, the fact that I happen to open my fridge and no light.
Yeah, the light probably burnt out.
Yeah.
So what's wrong?
Well, I had to change it.
Why'd you have to change it?
What do you mean? Why did I have to change it? Come on.
I didn't. Ours has been out for a year. Why you're laughing again? Why are you laughing?
Because I don't believe you.
Trust me, it's been out. And I thought to myself, you know what? Do we really need a light in the refrigerator? Do we really need, number one, to spend the money, and number two, to be bad for the environment?
Good question.
You're laughing again.
I'm sorry?
You're laughing again.
Yes.
You're mocking me.
No, not at all. I thought it was a great subject.
The light being out in the refrigerator?
Yes.
Sure, because you can call up and laugh at me. I guess, of course, you'd think it'd be a great subject.
Okay.
Don't ever call this show again. Thank you, Gar.
Okay, bye.
He won't. He'll call. I know people like that. They can't. He's probably going to call right back. I know people like that. Roger and Bradley. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning. How are you today?
Well, where are you calling from? A wind tunnel?
No, I'm driving and calling.
Okay.
Hands-free, of course.
Well, that's why you're like that.
I got an easy resolution for San Francisco's McDonald's.
And what is that?
They sell the toy and give the food away.
And they'll make a law about that, too.
Oh, eventually, yeah. But in the meantime, they can sell the toy and give the food away.
Yeah.
By the time they decide what they're going to do in their confusion, they'll have sold more food or sold more toys than they give away all that food. The kids will be grown and adults by then. So.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Roger.
You bet.
I don't know. Remember when they had the Beanie Babies? The Beanie Babies were so popular, people were buying the whatever meals they had to buy to get the Beanie Babies, and they were throwing the food away. You'd go by the dumpster by McDonald's, and there was food. It was just loaded with bags of food. God. Yeah. Gosh. Anyway, we have a lot to get to. Paul Bryan comes up at 8 o'clock with Drive Chicago. At noontime today, it's Chet Kopic with a Notre Dame pregame show. There's no Bruce Wolf and Dan Proft today. And Notre Dame will be taking on that. I even know Notre Dame is playing today. I listened to the show right before me, and I forgot. But I think they're playing in Notre Dame today because they expect some rain down there. And Eddie and Jobo tonight from 7:30 until 9. I hope they don't go wild and tear apart the studio like they did last week. You know, those guys will break a chair or something. Anyway, God, we also, if you were listening to the start of the show, you have to get here early. You have to be on time. We played the Bethlehem song. It's the first Christmas song we're playing this season, and we will be playing more. And Santa Claus is actually arriving today. Well, somebody playing Santa Claus at the Harlem Irving Plaza this morning. I already had planned to play the Christmas stuff. Little did I know Santa was coming at the same time. God, if I had gotten killed in an accident this morning, who would have played that for you, huh? Who? Think Paul Bryan would have come in here and done that for you? I don't think so. But that tune, which reminded me, they took it from the House of the Rising Sun. That's the song that's played at the end of the movie Casino. If you think about that, and it's one of my favorite movies. And my son, my 20-year-old son, he loves that movie. And I explained the whole thing to him, who the real people are in real life and stuff. And my plan was, when he turned 21 in April, was to go take him to Vegas. That was my plan. So when my life passed in front of my eyes, that kind of passed in front of my eyes, too. Thinking, gosh, I won't be able to go to Vegas with the kid. He'll just go sooner. Because I remember the first time I went to Vegas. It was back towards the end of the 70s. In Vegas, it was already changing then. It was getting into the corporation stuff. But I remember going to Circus Circus. It was like they had the midnight. Circus Circus has all those acts. You know, circus stuff during the day for kids. And at night back then, after midnight, they would have lounge shows upstairs overlooking the acts. And, God, this show, they had this comedian. He was telling jokes. And while he was telling the jokes, there were these naked women, like, dancing between his legs and around on the stage. Which I thought, God, Vegas, this is great. I'm 21. Wow, I'm going to love this place. And I met these two women from Detroit. They were school teachers from Detroit. And we were watching the show together and drinking. And one of them, as the comedian would start telling the filthiest jokes you ever heard, he'd start to tell the joke, and she'd come up with a punchline. Yeah, I was impressed. So needless to say, we spent the next several hours together, going to different places and watching shows and drinking and stuff like that. And at some point, I don't know why, they were so proud of their hotel room that they wanted to show it off. And I'm like, hey, they said, you got to come see the room. And I'm like, what do you mean? Every hotel room in Vegas is the same. What's so special about your room? No, and it's like 5 in the morning. I says, come on, there's more drinking to do. There's more things to see. They said, but you got to see the room. And I said, I don't know what you can have in there that could be that special to give up drinking and seeing more stuff in Vegas. So then, you know what happened? Oh, I'm out of time. Back for another hour right after this.
Awake with Jake Hartford, 890 AM, WLS.